So what I'm taking you through in the video so far is one of the greatest opportunities that you'll ever have in your lifetime. And why is the marketplace not necessarily responding the way that it used to? Things have changed. That rule book has been thrown out the window. So how do you make sure that you maximize that? Well, you've got to understand first off the economic cycles, which watch the previous video, which I took you through that. That'll be a big aha and a big lesson and learning for you. Now we need to get into what you can do, because what you can do is the things that you can control. You can't control the external forces. All you can do is understand where this massive tsunami is coming, put your surfboard in the right position and paddle as hard as you can. That's what we're going to talk about here. We're going to go through how to become business fit to do the right things at the right time for you. So let's look at these internal forces. There are 6 of them that I want to take you through. What I'll do is I'll give you the overview of all 6, and then what we're going to do is we're going to knock off 2 at a time what the action items are for each of these 6. Okay, so let's jump into here. Once we look at these things here, have a look at this quote from Stephen Covey to help really shape up your thinking around these 6 points. Because everyone understands these, or has most, I would expect, as a business owner, entrepreneur, you would have read this. To begin with the end in mind means that you need to start with a clear understanding of your destination. So one of the things we talk about is, where do you want to go? How much cash do you want to make? How much time do you want to free up? And what's the impact you want to make? Really clear on that. Okay, now once you got clarity on that, now you know what you need to be putting into place to make sure you get what you want. What are those things? What are the categories? There are 6 categories to make sure that you land this thing. How do you land this chopper? How do you land it? Is you do this. I'm going to go through the 6 key focus areas. Then what I'll do is 2 at a time, take you through the so what. So what, and so that you can achieve what. Okay, so let's go through the first ones here. First one here is key principle is how you can leverage your time. Now, everyone goes, I want to make more money. I go, you want to make more money? First step is to leverage your time. What I mean by that is, how can you get ever more with ever less? How can you get a higher result? The way we say it in our company, our team, is how can we compress for quality? In other words, how can we do a small amount of energy and effort, but actually get a higher return? Second principle here is, well, part of that is we're going to need to lead our leaders. I'll say that again. Critically important. How are you leading your leaders? You may be just a team of 1. And you go, great, well, where's the first place that you lead? You lead yourself. But you look at it, you'll have contractors, you'll have suppliers, you'll have even the people you serve. They're still people you're leading. They don't need to be in a direct employee relationship for you to lead people. Leadership is a way you show up. This bit here, critically important, and they cascade from the top. To do this first one, you got to then make sure you nail the next one, and then we go forward to the third one. Now, the third one here is thinking much, much bigger. Why is that important? Well, because most people are just eking it out. And right now, with the speed of technology, with all the things that are happening right now, you've got an opportunity to make some big gains. But I'm going to talk about in the next video specifically why that's a game-changing idea. Because what I know is most people are a bit overwhelmed. They've got so many things they're trying to do. Have you ever felt overwhelmed? Have you ever felt like, you get to the end of the week and you go, I've got 10,000 things on my list of to-dos. You talk to your partner or friends, you go, like, I know I worked hard. I put in a good 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and I've still got this massive to-do list, and yet I'm not getting the full traction that I know. You might be getting good traction, and most people who work with us are already getting good traction, and they want to make it amazing traction. Okay, that's great. Either way, you're not really maximizing your potential. So this here is going to be a key. I'll do that in the next video, explaining why this is important, how to achieve it. Then the next thing here is sure you've got the right product to market fit. What we're seeing is the speed of change is happening so fast that their product is not landing the way that it should. They're not getting the value. In other words, they're not getting paid to the level of effort they're putting, and their clients are going, this is good, but it's evolving and it's kind of not hitting, which is why the marketing, the sales message is not hitting. So I'm going to talk about that one there as well. And then we get in here, be attractive to talent. Here's the message. Right now, today, is the best it is ever going to be. There's most amount of talent sitting there right now. You're going to go, oh, I'm going to get AI to do all these things. Yes, that's true. You might get AI to do a lot of those things, but it's not going to do everything. This one here is being really clever and understanding this. If you look at your marketing spend and how much effort and energy you put into generating new leads, well, what we do is we're going to apply the same thinking and move that across to talent. How do you have the right talent work? And it has to take a marketing brain. For us, we call it the talent acquisition plan. We're going through that on the last video. And the last point here is making sure you build your war chest, making sure that you're putting the right dollars into your bank account. You know how to do asset allocation and cash allocation. I'll do that on the last video. Okay, let's go through the first two. Leveraging your time. Why is that important? Why is that critical for people when they go forward? The key thing, and that's really the overarching principle here, is to seize the opportunities. There are massive opportunities happening right now, but also to dodge the threats. Every industry has different opportunities and different threats that are occurring to it. But if you are in the weeds, working in the business for at minimum, I'll say 80% of your time, then you are going to completely miss this. So one of the most important principles here is to free up your time. I'm going to say to free up your time even before you look at making more cash. What are some things you need to do about that? Well, the big thing here is how do you make sure that you are in flow? You're doing the things that are your genius. How do you make sure that you are doing the things that are truly the things that are the money-making activities, and your team are as well? This is particularly understanding your personality and your team's personality and their style, particularly from an entrepreneurial sense. So this here is making sure that you and them are in flow. By doing that, you'll be able to seize opportunities and dodge some more threats. So just take this as a mandate. If I do, imagine you've got a general manager in your business, you may do. And if not, just imagine that whoever's the second in charge, the 2 IC in your business, you go, cool, here's what you need to be doing. What you need to do is you need to make sure that you are freeing up my time as much as possible, or whoever the leader's time is, and make sure, let's get everyone in a flow. There's a really good statistic, and I'll bring it up in here as well, is that pre-COVID, the efficiency that a organization had with their team was they got a 62% efficiency. In other words, you're paying for $100 and you're only getting 62% efficiency. Now, post the pandemic, that number now is 40%. This is one of the reasons why people go, oh man, I'm so frustrated. I'm putting all this energy, this time out. I'm paying these people. Well, they're not working. Okay, great, because you haven't set up some structures to make sure you're maximizing and you're compressing quality. So what we've gone through here is we're going through the internal forces, the things that you can control. You can do this. This is how you make sure your surfboard is in the right direction. It is paddling. So when this tsunami comes your way, you're in the right directions. We've gone through 6 keys. These first 2 is making sure that you are freeing up your time, you're seizing the opportunities, dodging the threats, and you're getting into flow, and so does your team. Now, if you think of these first 2 things, you go, okay, I've got the insight, I know how to get that into place. Great. Go forth and conquer. If you're going, I know this, I've heard it before, and I'm just not getting it. If you're not actually finding that you can implement it, and you go, I'm not getting the ability to implement, it's probably because you're doing things by trial and error, and you're just doing a bit of this, a bit of that, and you're hearing someone saying this, and someone's giving this advice, but they haven't worked with over 2,400 businesses over a decade, and they haven't built the systems and technology, the structure to do that. So if you're kind of looking at this and going, all right, great, I want actually someone to help me out with this, then reach out to us, connect with us. And what we'll do, it will take you from the good ideas and the information to how do you actually implement that and put that in place in your business. So that's what I'm going to say to you. So as an offer for you, a way for us to add value to the business community. It's no skin off your nose. It's just a way that we can give good value to you. If you want to continue the conversation, happy to do that. Now here's what I'll do in the next video. The next video, I'm going to go through these 2 here. These are big principles, and so these ones down here. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where I'm going to take you how to think much bigger and make sure you've got the right product to market fit.